Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Mars Beyond the Call. People have कि यार कॉल सेंटर की नौकरी नहीं करनी चाहिए.
People they earn around 1 million, 1.2 million, even more than that.
The newer generation, the youth of the country, to come into this industry, क्या आपको कभी मोहब्बत हुई? How did you open that silk branch? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Mars Beyond the Call, where we share inspiring stories of our people and the journeys of our leaders who have brought Mars where it is today. My name is Shahzad and I'm your host for today's episode. Today we have none other than Shahzad bhai. Assalamu alaikum Shahzad bhai.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you doing today bhai?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. How about
Great.
you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Okay.
Shahzad bhai, we would like to start with your journey. How you ended up in this industry, did you aim to be in this industry, and how did your story unfold?
Yes, I mean, it was nothing planned as such. Back in 2003, I was doing chartered accountancy. And I think in the second module, I wasn't able to clear a few papers, and then I had to take a break. And during that time, there was a call center training program that was launched by Everready group of companies. So I joined them. And that was for a few months, for 4 months. And in the second month, I was able to, get a job in a call center. So eventually that became a craze at that time for me to be a part in the BPO industry or a call center industry. So I joined a call center back in Karachi, worked there for about a year and a half, then moved back to Islamabad. And then since then, I never thought of doing anything else. And since then, I've been the part of this industry.
Okay. And how did you ended up at Mars?
When I came back here in Islamabad, so I actually started doing a job in one of the call center here, and then I worked there for about 2 years, and then after 2 years, at the same time, I actually completed my MBA from Berry University, and then I thought of starting my own business in 2009. We ran that for about some good 11 years. And then I had to quit, had to shut it down in 2020 because of some reasons, because of probably the platform that I didn't have, because I actually worked mainly in the UK market. Then I moved to US one. And again, I didn't have the kind of platform to actually capitalize that US market. Though we worked there for about 3 years. But eventually, the last year and a half, it was a disaster. And then I had no other option to quit. And I decided to leave the industry as well. Mm-hmm. And then, so I started doing something else that was into real estate. So I met Shoaib bhai again in 2021. Though we met back in 2006, I guess, yes, when I was working in a call center, as I said before. So he came there for about few days, I guess 4 or 5 days. So from that point onward, we are actually in contact. But then when I started my business, I ran that for about 11 years. During that time, I met him after a few years, I think 5, 6 years. And at that time, I was doing my own business. And then when eventually I finished, so I shut it down. So we met in 2021. That was again, I think, I don't know if I messaged him or he messaged me, and he was asking what you're doing nowadays. And I said, I'm into some real estate and all that. Mm-hmm. So we actually met regarding a real estate something. Then he said, it's better to be back in the industry because that's not your domain wherever you are working right now. And then from that point onward, initially I was trying to, run away, and I was not in the frame of mind to be back in the BPO industry anymore. But again, sometimes you plan something for yourself, and which according to you is the best for you. But then again, Allah has the better plans for you. Not think, in fact, and it is 100% whatever the Allah had planned for me. It was great, and it has been great since then. And from that point onward, 2021, I've been with the Mars, and it's Alhamdulillah, it's my 5th year now.
माशाल्लाह. शहजाद भाई, हमें ये तो पता है कि you do as the chief operating officer at Mars, you keep an eagle eye across all the branches, across all its operations, but you directly looking after the silk branch, which is on the Murray Road. How did you open that silk branch? How did that happen?
The silk branch, that was probably the third branch that Mars opened, and that was back in 2021. It was a very short period of time. So Initially, I had to, I had to involve myself in almost everything. I mean, I didn't have the team either, so I had only Noman Nisar. Then, apart from that, later on, I was joined by Raja Noman, and then Abdul Ahad and few others. So we tried to capitalize those days, and it was really a tough task, to be honest. But Alhamdulillah, when on the first day of Silk, Mars BPO Silk, we had around, I would say, 95% our stations, they were occupied with our people. So Alhamdulillah, within a month, we were managed to fill the entire Mars Silk at that time.
Nice.
So from that point onward, it took time. Yes, it took. I think it took almost a year and a half to build a team, and since then, Alhamdulillah, we have a team in the operations. They are taking care of that. Again, the entire team, which is again taking care of everything. And then during that time, yes, I forgot to mention Malik Waji as well. He was with me from that day, and I think it was really difficult for me, to take care of everything that is, the all the work, the office work that we were doing in the morning time. And then later on, we used to call people up for the interviews and trainings, and I think I still remember we had to go all the way from 9 a.m. in the morning all the way till 5 or 6 in the morning. So I mean, it was a very difficult task. But then again, later on, when Waji joined and he said, okay, so he actually took some burden off my shoulders, and then he was coming in the morning time, and then I had some leverage to come later in the evening around 4 or 5, me and Noman Nisar, and then we used to call people up for the training, interviews and all that. So that's how we built Alhamdulillah Mars Silk. From the day when we started, we have, as I said before, 95% our stations, they were occupied.
Nice.
So only 5 or 6 people, they were not there. The rest, everything was good.
Nice. Shahzad bhai, excluding your the time that you've spent with the real estate, with the real estate business, and excluding the time that you've not worked in this industry, in total, how much time have you given to this industry of your lifetime, abhi tak?
From 2004 all the way till 2005 now. Sorry, 2025 now.
Okay.
So it's I think it's nearly 20 years now. So if you exclude that period, so I was actually out of this industry for about, what you call it, only a year, because I quit back in August 2019, sorry 2020, and then I joined Mars in September 2021. So it was roughly a year. So
19 years.
Yeah,
more or less.
yeah, 19 years.
तो शहजाद भाई, वो वाले हमारे viewers जो who are not from this industry, if I ask you, would you recommend the newer generation, the youth of the country, to come into this industry?
Yes.
Is it recommended or?
Yes, it is, because you see, if you do the analysis, even whatever the call centers, whatever the BPO industry, the capacity, the headcount they have, I would say at least 70% they are students. So I mean, it gives you, kind of confidence, it gives you kind of learning exposure that helps you a lot in your practical life. At the same time, it helps you earning a great amount of money, and at the same time you have growth as well. So it's a kind of industry that can help you make more money. And in the recent times, if you have seen, like the BPO industry, they have contributed to a great extent to our the GDP.
Yes.
So the BPO industry is great for everyone. I mean for those who actually take it as a prominent career, or who actually are serious towards what they do. Sometimes, yes, people, they do it for some short period of time, and they get maybe they have other fields to work in. So it actually supports you both in the shorter run and in the longer run as well. So if you have people who actually, there are a lot of people out there who are doing great. So be it financial growth, be it your learning, be it your skill set, it's great to be part of the BPO industry. And at the same time, if you let's say, if you talk about Mars, Alhamdulillah, so we have around 11-12 branches altogether now. So I remember back in 2021 when I joined, so I discussed with Shoaib, and I said, yeah, why don't we have only maybe a bigger office, and we have a centralized everything there, and then it will actually help us in our cost cutting, and then we will be more efficient. So what he said is, it was, I mean, I still remember that he said, I mean, the idea is actually to create more job opportunities. So I think Alhamdulillah, Mars has over 2,000 employees now. So I mean, it's a big contribution, because a lot of people, they are attached to Mars, and they are making good money, and they are improving their life, they are helping their families, and at the same time, BPO, I mean, if you, as I said before, I mean, if you talk about the employment, I mean, there is huge employment that youth is actually attached to it. So it's a great opportunity, great platform, and both financially, growth wise, and then again the empowerment, multiple aspects of it. So I'll definitely recommend people to be part of it. Because what I see is, like, there are a lot of people who are very talented. I mean, plenty of people, our youth is very talented, but again, they don't have the kind of platform, the kind of opportunities. So Mars, Alhamdulillah, we have been expanding from last few years, and we still inshallah expand our operations, and we welcome all those individuals who want to be part of this industry. They learn, they grow, and then at the same time, in the future, they can contribute towards the society as well.
In a lot of people, there are also some misconceptions regarding the call center industry. They consider it as a taboo. मतलब जो जनरल चीज़ें सुनने को, यार तुम कॉल सेंटर में काम करते हो, इस तरह की चीज़ें जो सुनने को मिलती हैं. What is your comments on these misconceptions and these taboos that people have कि यार कॉल सेंटर की नौकरी नहीं करनी चाहिए? Why? What is your answer to that?
See, I mean, it is really important to decide what company that you need to go for. What platform you need to apply for. For instance, we have some good names in the market. Alhamdulillah, we never have had any such issue where it comes to delaying the salaries or anything like that. The taboos and all that you discuss, I mean, yes, they are there in the industry, and this is one of the things that has actually affected us as well. And a lot of people, when they get to know that this is the kind of industry where these sort of things happen, so they probably not join. But again, in the recent time, like in the last few years, what we have seen is, like, a lot of people, they have chosen the BPO industry as their career path, and they have been, like, a lot of people with Mars, they have been with us for more than 10 years now. So that's a proper career. And and sometimes what happens is, like, I mean, as I said before, with Mars or with any other with any other name in the market, they have a certain reason why people actually apply, and why people join them, and they have been with them for the long time. So it's really important to understand that what company that you want to be part of it, what growth opportunities that you have there, and what is the background of a certain call center or the BPO industry or you are going to be part of. So Alhamdulillah, we have branches everywhere. People, they are happy, and we have been paying in time. In fact, there is no such thing. People, they earn around 1 million, 1.2 million, even more than that. So I mean, there is no, in a month, I mean, in about a month and a half. So I mean, there is no other industry, there is no other business, there is no other job opportunity that can actually give you, I mean, such kind of financial or monetary benefits.
Yes, exactly.
So I think it is really important to see where you want to go and who you want to join, and that actually tells you, that actually sum up your entire career as well.
Yes. आपने बताया that you were a CA student, and before that you also have an MS in project management as well.
Yes.
And you also have a bachelor's.
Yes.
You must have cleared the FSC as well.
Yes.
You must have cleared the metric as well.
Yeah.
So as a student, were you Shararti student or you were a Sharif student?
No, I was Alhamdulillah, when it comes to studies, I was very good at it, and the only
नहीं शहजाद भाई, studies में good नहीं, शरारती, because studies में तो I was also good. But
I was not Shararti.
You were not शरारती. आपने कभी किसी घर की घंटी बजा के नहीं भागे आप?
नहीं not like that. No.
कभी आपने किसी बूढ़े अंकल के पीछे वो पटाखे लगा के नहीं फाड़े?
नहीं.
मतलब आप full शरीफ?
It was, yes.
Full mummy daddy होते थे.
Yeah.
अच्छा. The time that you spent at Mars, if I ask you what was the greatest challenge that you have faced अभी तक, and what's the greatest triumph, the greatest achievement you've had up till now? Let's start with the greatest win. सबसे अच्छी सक्सेस कौन सी मिली आपको, मतलब ऐसा पॉइंट इन टाइम जिसमें आपने कहा यार गुड हो गया?
Over the years, I think जो as a whole, it was not my win. In fact, it was the entire team win because हर branch में माशाल्लाह we have a very capable branch managers. They have been doing great. So मेरे ख्याल से for me, I guess क्योंकि हमने जब नई branches open की, हमने नए programs run किए, so अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह we were able to हमने उसको expand किया, and हमारी जो दूसरी branches थी माशाल्लाह they were able to follow the same patterns. और फिर हमारे जो लोग trained हुए, some like few of them we sent to जो अब हमने खन्नापुर वाली branch है, and then we started one of the branch back in Karachi, and then at the same time हमारे फिर कुछ और प्रोग्राम्स जो हमने भी रिसेंटली लॉन्च किए हैं विच यू नो दैट वी आर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी हैव बीन डूइंग ग्रेट ऑन दैट. सो मेरे ख्याल से फॉर मी सब ये था कि सारे जो ऑफिसेस हैं दे आर वेल मैनेज्ड, दे आर वेल ट्रेन्ड, एंड दे नो what their targets are, they know what they have to do as a branch head, as a team. So मेरे ख्याल से कामयाबी मुझे जो लग रही है वो खैर वो सब की टीम की कामयाबी, it's not my कामयाबी, it's not my it's not my what you call it win. It's a win for the entire Mars, it's a win for Shoaib because the platform that he has, as I said before as well, because जो platform आपको created है already, ठीक है, वहाँ पे आपने सिर्फ चीज़ों को manage करना है, you have to polish. So credit goes to Mars, to Shoaib and the entire team. सो मेरे ख्याल से विन यही है कि अभी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे सारे जो ऑफिसेज हैं दे आर स्टेबल, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह दे आर एबल टू रन एनीथिंग, दे कैन फेस एनी चैलेंज, एंड वी हैव फेस्ड लॉट ऑफ चैलेंजेस इन द रीसेंट पास्ट 2-3 सालों में, एंड अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी वर एबल टू गेट थ्रू देम, और माशाल्लाह काफ़ी सक्सेसफुल रहा है. और जो भी हमारे ऑफिस हैं राइट नाउ दे आर इन गुड प्रॉफिट. सो मेरे ख्याल से यही एक विन है as a team.
So it is safe to say that whenever we open a newer office at Mars, whenever we expand, you feel happy.
Yes, exactly. Because you see, देखें जो एक चीज़ मैंने बताई कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं, हम बेसिकली मार्स अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, and you feel proud to be part of such organization, such
which is creating opportunities,
कि जो लोगों के लिए opportunities create कर रहा है.
Exactly.
Because ये बड़ा rare होता है, because what normally people do is like यार आपके पास पैसा आ गया ठीक ठाक, and what you do is like आपने real estate कहीं इधर ले लिया उधर ले लिया आगे पीछे कर लिया. So you don't invest in people. Alhamdulillah, we are investing in people at Mars. तो ये बहुत बड़ा, and you feel proud. आपका हर टीम मेंबर कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा होता है. कुछ लोग फाइनेंशियली करते हैं, ठीक है, कुछ लोग अपनी स्किल सेट से करते हैं. सो जो स्किल सेट हमारे लोग, जो हमारे लीडर्स, जो हमारे मैनेजर्स आगे ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, आगे ट्रांसफ़र कर रहे हैं दूसरों को, ठीक है, जो लर्न कर रहे हैं एट द सेम टाइम दे आर इम्प्रूविंग एंड एट द सेम टाइम दे आर लर्निंग. तो इवेंचुअली क्या होगा कि ये समटाइम आई डोंट नो इफ इट्स द राइट वर्ड और नॉट, लेकिन वो एक सदका जारिया के तौर पे कि यार आज आपने किसी को सिखाया एंड ही विल बी द सोर्स टू ट्रांसफर दैट नॉलेज टू अदर पीपल. फिर वो एक चेन है, और उस चेन से दे आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल, जो लॉट ऑफ फैमिलीज जिनकी आपकी जो लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड बेटर होता है, काफ़ी इंप्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट होती हैं. इसलिए ये है कि जितने भी ब्रांचेस हों, आई वुड से कि अच्छा इनिशियली ये था कि यार व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड, तो व्हेनेवर वी टॉक्ड अबाउट कि यार अच्छा हम नया ऑफिस ले रहे हैं, तो आई वाज लाइक यार कैसे मैनेज होगा, एंड बैक ऑफ द माइंड आई नेवर सेड कि यार नहीं. बट अगेन वही वाली बात है कि आपका विजन जो है ना वो ब्रॉडर होना चाहिए, एंड देन विद द पास ऑफ टाइम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह नाउ वी हैव इनफ टीम, तो हम जितना भी एक्सपेंड करें हम कर सकते हैं, हम चीज़ों को मैनेज कर सकते हैं. But again, at the same time, we are, I mean, in 2025, we are more focused कि जो हमारी जो already चीज़ें हम उनको और efficient बनाएं और ज़्यादा बेहतर बनाएं. And again, at the same time, हम और भी branches इंशाल्लाह open करेंगे. I mean, we'll see wherever we can go and we can create the opportunities. We'll definitely do that inshallah.
Mars is already gone international. We have some of our campaigns and some of our digital marketing agencies in the US as well. We are also working in Dubai as well. So are we only expanding internationally, or like we are also planning to literally reach to Mars just like SpaceX? What is, as a CEO of the company, do you have that vision कि यार हमने इसको?
Yes, inshallah, definitely, because देखें अभी हमारा देखें किसी भी बिजनेस के लिए ये होता है कि आप कितने डिपेंडेंट हैं ऑन अदर्स. तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मतलब इन द रिसेंट टाइम्स व्हाट वी हैव डन इज़ कि हम बहुत सारी चीज़ों पे वी आर सेल्फ रिलायंस, तो वी डोंट नीड एनीवन एल्स टू बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन. तो उसमें यह है कि हमारी जितनी भी हमारी फॉरवर्ड बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन हमारी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी हैव इंटीग्रेटेड क्वाइट सक्सेसफुली. इसमें हमारे कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स हैं विच यू ऑलरेडी नो. तो यस, अगेन एट द सेम टाइम हमने जितना भी हमसे हो, मतलब देखें ये एक ऐसा काम है और एक ऐसी आपकी चीज़ है जिसको आपने एक्सपेंड करना है. wherever, और हर बंदा जहाँ पे कर सकता है इंशाल्लाह विल ट्राई टू डू इट
इंशाल्लाह।
और दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि अगेन वही वाली बात मैं कर रहा हूँ कि सी एक्सपेंशन, यस ब्रांच वाइज एक्सपेंशन है, ऑपरेशन वाइज एक्सपेंशन है, एट द सेम टाइम हमारा जो फोकस है, जो हमारी अक्सर हमारी लीडरशिप आपस में हमारा जो मैनेजमेंट से हमारी जो डिस्कशन होती है, दैट इज़ टू ट्रांसफ़र दैट नॉलेज टू द इंडिविजुअल। जो लड़के हमारे पास आते हैं, ठीक है, स्टार्ट में आते हैं, एंड देयर आर लॉट ऑफ एग्जांपल्स जिन्होंने हमारे साथ स्टार्ट किया है बैक इन 2021 और 2020 में या 2019 में, माशाल्लाह दे आर ऑन द मैनेजरियल लेवल, एंड एट द सेम टाइम दे हैव लर्न, दे गेन द एक्सपोजर, और एट द सेम टाइम दे अर्न एज वेल। सो यही चीज़ करनी है कि यार जितना ज़्यादा आप लोगों में इस चीज़ को ट्रांसफ़र कर सको, सो एवरी इंडिविजुअल दैट हु इज़ पार्ट ऑफ मार्स और हु इज़ गोइंग टू बी पार्ट ऑफ मार्स, वो कंट्रीब्यूट करे, ठीक है, टुवर्ड्स आवर सोसाइटी को एक हमारा पे बैक होगा एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, बिकॉज दिस इंडस्ट्री क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, एंड जो जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं, फिर इट हेल्प जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, इट हेल्प देम ग्रेट। सो आई स्टार्टेड माई MBA in 2007 and I finished that in 2009. So during those 2 years, I was working in a call center, right? So I was working in the BPO industry because, and that I was able to earn that much that I was not having any issue paying my fee back in Bay University. Otherwise, it was not. It has been, I mean, not easy.
And I think this is the greatest thing for a student, ke if he is able to manage his fees and his expenses on his own.
Yes.
It also helps the student as well.
Yes.
उसके लिए learning भी है, उसके लिए experience भी है.
Yes.
And apart from that, it also removes a huge deal of burden from their parents as well.
Exactly, and then it gives them the kind of ownership, the responsibility, and give them the confidence. और वही वाली बात है कि इस इंडस्ट्री में, BPO इंडस्ट्री में, आई मीन वंस यू पावर ऑफ इट, एंड आई टेल यू व्हाट, आई मीन व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग माय MBA, सो आई हैड नो इश्यूज व्हाटसोएवर इन टर्म्स ऑफ माय स्टडीज एंड ऑल दैट, बिकॉज एक एक्सपोजर, एक कॉन्फिडेंस आपको आता है, एक ओनरशिप, एक आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आपको होती है, एंड देन यू फील वेरी कंफर्टेबल। हालांकि इट वाज टफ ड्यूरिंग दोज टाइम बिकॉज you had to work all the night, and then you have to join university and all that. So I mean, you hardly get maybe 4 or 5 hours sleep, and I mean, but this is the time where the individual, the हमारे जो लोग हैं,
this is the grind,
exactly, this is the time, yes, they have to go through, and that's actually what make them successful, and this is really important.
I see, it's very important for anyone to be successful to go through the natural process and the grind, because उसके बगैर, मेहनत के बगैर और नहीं है, आप you cannot be successful. Shahzad bhai, you are one of the top leaders at Mars. What does the word leadership means to you,
sir?
And who is your favorite leader at Mars apart from Shoaib bhai? Those who are working for you, you have to name one person. He can be from any branch, he or she can be from any branch. आपके लिए लीडरशिप है क्या, ठीक है? उसके बाद मार्स के जितने भी ऑफिस हैं, जितने भी कैंपेन्स हैं, जितने भी काम हो रहे हैं, उसमें आपका फेवरेट लीडर कौन है? एंड द थर्ड थिंग, जो हमारे लीडर्स, अपकमिंग टैलेंट है हमारा, जो आगे अच्छे लीडर्स बनने लगे हैं फ्यूचर, उनके लिए आपकी सजेशन क्या? व्हाट इज योर एडवाइस टू देम, हाउ दे कैन बी गुड लीडर?
अच्छा, पहले तो ये कि लीडरशिप, आई मीन इसकी डिफरेंट, आई मीन व्हेन इट कम्स टू थ्योरी एंड ऑल दैट, सो इट हैज़ डिफरेंट डेफिनेशंस एंड डिफरेंट स्टाइल्स, एंड लीडरशिप दे हैव डिफरेंट ट्रेट्स एंड ऑल दैट, बट टू मी अ लीडर इज़ वन हु एक्चुअली लीड्स ऑल द वे। अच्छा, लीड्स ऑल द वे का मतलब होता है ना, हमने तो इसको एक थ्योरेटिकली पढ़ लिया कि यार ठीक है, लीड्स ऑल द वे। लीड्स ऑल द वे का मतलब यह है कि यार दैट पर्सन हैज़ टू बी इन्वॉल्व इन एवरी प्रोसेस, मतलब आप जो भी कर रहे हैं आपके प्रोसेस का वो हिस्सा हो। सो ही नीड्स, अब प्रोसेस में यू हैव डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज़। आई ऑलवेज से कि फॉर इंस्टेंस हमारा BPO इंडस्ट्री है, और या नेम इट एनी बिजनेस, राइट? सो दिस इज एंटायर प्रोसेस, इट इटसेल्फ इज़ अ प्रोजेक्ट। तो उसमें क्या है कि इस प्रोसेस में हर एक्टिविटी है, तो आपके लीडर का उस हर एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व होना, ओवरसी करना, वहाँ पे अपनी बहुत सारी चीज़ें, लोगों के साथ कम्युनिकेट करना, लोगों को गाइड करना, लोगों को कोच करना। बिकॉज मैं अभी इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात कर रहा हूँ, जो हमारे बिजनेस से
जो हमारा सेटअप है,
तो उसमें क्या होता है कि आपका उस हर प्रोसेस में इन्वॉल्व होना, उसको ओवरसी करना वहाँ पे, बिकॉज समटाइम क्या होता है कि लोग काम कर रहे होते हैं, बट समहाउ basically they are not able to analyze things that way, जैसे आप as a leader कर सकते हो। And sometimes you learn from team as well, like आपके managers हैं, आपके leaders हैं, you learn from them as well. So आप when you become a part of that process, ठीक है, उसमें फिर क्या होता है कि आप खुद भी सीख रहे होते हो और आपकी टीम कॉन्फिडेंस होती है, and then as a leader you absorb the pressure yourself, तो आप अपनी टीम पे वो प्रेशर नहीं डालते हो। So they focus on their JDs, certain job that they are doing, and at the same time आप उस चीज़ को absorb करके at the same time you discuss with them and you empower your people as well, and you guide them through those things, because वो जो आपके ऊपर tough times आते हैं, जो issues होते हैं, या जो भी एक difficult time होता है, that's where you, वैसे तो हम train कर रहे होते हैं लोगों को, but when you put your leaders and managers in that particular situation ना, that's where उस situation में वो learn करते हैं. And then when you have there as a team, not as a boss sitting somewhere and then say कि यार ये नहीं हुआ, so you have to show them, you have to lead them. तो actual में ये होता है, वो हम एक book में तो पढ़ते हैं ना कि lead from the front and show them the path and they but in practical क्या होता है कि आपने उनके साथ,
you have to lead by example.
Exactly, and you become part of that process, that activity, and then they learn from you and you learn from them, and they feel कि यार we are not alone, we have a leader with us. And when you have this confidence, I think कोई भी team आपकी जो है वो, there is no way that they fail in any job that they do.
ऐसे ही शहजाद भाई, एक क्वेश्चन जो पूरा मार्स जानना चाहता है, आपके सब एजेंट्स, लीडर्स,
अच्छा,
क्या आपको कभी मोहब्बत हुई?
अच्छा, देखिए मेरे ख्याल से हर इंसान को ज़िंदगी में मोहब्बत होती है. वो मैं बताता हूँ ना, आई मीन वो दैट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम बीइंग एज अ किड, कि जब आप छोटे बच्चे होते हो, आपको अपने पेरेंट्स होते हैं, आई मीन दैट गोज़ ऑल द वे. फिर आपकी फैमिली में आपके ब्रदर सिस्टर्स, आपके रिलेटिव्स, तो आई मीन दैट्स देयर. आई मीन
वो वाली मोहब्बत नहीं, मैं वो वाली मोहब्बत पूछ रहा हूँ.
अच्छा, हाँ, वो वाली भी बिल्कुल हुई है.
हुई?
हाँ बिल्कुल.
तो क्या वो पार चढ़ी या नहीं? स्टोरी ऑफ एवरीवन. अच्छा Shahzad bhai, we had an amazing conversation. This was a great. It's always great talking to you, learning from you.
Same here, sir.
Thank you so much for sparing so much time from your busy schedule.
Thank you very much for you for inviting me and be part of this great activity that we have just started. And it will actually help a lot to all the individual. हमारे जितनी leadership है, हमारे managers हैं, हमारे लोग हैं. Not only specifically Mars में, but it can help anyone everywhere, because you learn from different experiences. You gain more exposure. You get to know about different what actually people went through. Thank you for you, and thank you for the entire team who arranged this, to our entire social media, Haris, Sifra, Jamil Saab, everyone. They have been doing great job.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We would see you guys very soon again with the next episode of Mars Beyond the Call. Until then, Allah Hafiz.